Sonic had defeated the evil Dr. Ivo Robotnik's plans to roboticize Mobius, and the world returned to a state of peace. And so, the Mad Genius began thinking bigger, and putting new plans into action not too soon after his defeat. Once again capturing the innocent inhabitants of Mobius, the Doctor began to create even more powerful badniks to keep the Hedgehog at bay while he worked on the project even bigger. Even though Sonic was able to thwart the Doctor once again, the distraction of the stronger badniks had given the Doctor enough time to create his new battle fortress, the Death Egg, in the planet's orbit. But not all hope is lost. Miles Prower, a two-tailed fox Sonic rescued from the Doctor's clutches, accompanied his newfound hedgehog friend on the quest to destroy the mechanical menace that now orbits the planet, as well as discover the mystery of the 7th Chaos Emerald. And so, our story continues. That's good to hear that sound. Hey there guys, I'm Sonic Ghost.
Hey guys, SaxDude26 here.
Hey guys, I'm Geratino.
And I'm Matt from Matt's LP Adventures, and let the bromance commence!
Not really, because I'm going with Sonic alone.
Ah, dang it.
And welcome to our Let's Sonic Dude. Well, you're gonna see why I go with Sonic alone in this one, because especially with the special stages.
Yeah.
You do not want to play with Tails on the special stages unless you have someone playing along with you, because of the simple fact Tails will screw you. And
unless you're really dexterous with your other hand and controlling Tails with the other keys on the keyboard at the exact same time, but that's kind of a mess.
That, and if you're playing on emulator, apparently.
Or you really like debug mode.
Yeah.
Okay, little interesting note. This is the very first video game I've ever played in my life.
Yay.
This was actually one of the first games I played when I got the Mega Collection for the GameCube, because I heard so many good things about it. So I try it.
This is the very first video game I've ever
by the way, get used to that music, because we're going to be doing this all video.
Oh my god, I hate this freaking stage.
Shut up, there was no singing.
I hate this freaking special stage with a burning passion.
Okay, so the clarification. These special stages, at least in my opinion, are still the hardest special stages in any Sonic game. Basically, you need to really have a good amount of memorization, and in fact, I do pretty good on this because of two reasons. One, I played these special stages a lot, so I got pretty used to it. And two, I rewatched my first LP I've ever watched from CJ001. He did a Let's Play over this game, what you call Time to Play, and he got all the Chaos Emeralds in one go. I had to use that basically as a guide to know where all these rings were. There's no other way I'd be able to do it.
Okay, clarification here. Pretty much, there's 3 stages in these special stages. Each one requires you to get a certain amount of rings in the special stages. It's hard to get those.
Yeah.
But okay, I think I should explain that how to get to these special stages is you have to have 50 rings and then go through a star post checkpoint, and then you'll see little stars glowing above it. You jump into it. That's when you go to the special stage.
And fun note too, if you're playing as Knuckles, if you use the lock-on from Sonic and Knuckles with this game, you can go ahead and keep your rings coming out of a special stage, which I don't know why they didn't do originally, but then it probably would have made things too easy.
Yeah, well then again, Knuckles is an idiot. Shut up! But anyway, as I was going to say when we were in the special stage, half-pipe or scrolling forward special stages have become a staple of the Sonic series. They're
like almost in every Sonic game.
Sonic games.
It's ridiculous.
At least 50% of them, if not more, are forward-scrolling special stages like this. Even, like, more... two of the advanced games are like this.
Yeah, I can think of 2 advanced games. I can think of...
3 of the Game Gear games are like this.
Sonic 3D Blast on the Sega Saturn, that has these special stages.
And
the new Sonic 4 Episode 2.
Well. Also on the Mega Drive as well, but
And Sonic Heroes too, don't forget about that.
Yeah, Sonic Heroes, I was gonna say that next. This has been, like, Sega's favorite special stage, and that's... Just stop, please. I mean, I appreciate you guys bringing back the other special stages now. When I saw in Sonic 4 Episode 1, seeing the standard ones from Sonic 1, I was happy. Go back to this in Episode 2, I was sad. So I'm hoping if they do in Episode 3, they bring back the blue spheres.
Okay, wait.
Granted, Lester,
hold on, Marley.
Let Marley finish.
Granted, Lester, at least it's a lot better than the ones in Sonic Rush. Special Stage 7.
Yeah.
Guess who's not playing Sonic Rush for the
Oh, by the way, yeah, Sonic Rush. That's another half-pipe stage.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
okay.
gonna be the one LPing that for the league, I'm sure.
I'm sorry I interrupted you, Marley. I thought you were going to spoil something. Lester, can you explain why you're not using Tails in this playthrough?
Well, the reason why you don't want to use Tails, unless you're playing with 2-player, the ring count is lower by 10 rings, so it makes the special stages a little easier to get. And also the fact that Tails can screw you over if you're not having someone else controlling him. Because he can collect rings, but if he gets hit, he loses the rings. So that can screw you a lot.
For episode 2.
Thank you, episode 2, where if Sonic and Tails, if Tails collects the rings, he doesn't lose them. Thank you guys, because that made things so much easier. I don't have to worry about Tails screwing me over now.
Okay, well, holy crap, you're at 50. Holy crap! One thing I do like though, when you come out of the special stage, the rings respawn.
Yeah, so I go back for some ring boxes because of it. Oh, and I try to do this the faster way, and it's actually taking me longer. I'm trying to spin dash that platform. Yeah, this takes me a while to do. Just take the spring if you can. Because watch, right here. Fail. Oh well.
Da-da-da.
Try a couple more times. Why are we singing along? We just started commentating. We already have nothing to say.
Well, no. This song is embedded in my head, my 5-year-old child head.
I think it's in my head too, but yeah, you've heard it before me. I never grew up with the Genesis. I was a Nintendo guy.
I grew up with a PlayStation.
You were a Sony guy.
And a very, very old Acorn computer that is somewhere in the driveway, demanding to be played.
I thought I had enough rings here for an extra
to get
life.
a capture card so I can record stuff off it.
Yeah, I thought I had enough rings there for an extra life. I was off by a few. So yeah, no more being a klepto for rings. Let's go.
No, klepto OCD.
Whatever. I keep on saying it like that. I know. This one, first stage, it's best to be in the center for a while. Just jump when you have to. Really, after Special Stage 3 is where it started to give me some trouble. So, yeah, it just took me a couple attempts to try to get these special stages, so be thankful we're getting them all in one shot in Emerald Hill. Yes, that's what this whole entire video is. This whole entire video is Chaos Emerald hunting.
I have to admit though, these special stages are a lot nicer because they have draw distance.
Yeah, true, but the only thing that was really holding them back for actually being more enjoyable is the fact that you have to memorize where all the rings are, since they don't start appearing until you're about ready to collect them. So you just have to know where all the rings are. Same for the bombs in a sense, but the bombs are a little bit more forgiving on their draw distance. Which is not saying much. Yeah.
One thing I do like in Sonic 4 Episode 2, and we'll get to that when we get to the playthrough of it, I do like the introduction of a new obstacle.
Yeah, there's these little green blocks that they don't take away rings, but they will slow you down. Actually, sometimes they're helpful. Yeah, sometimes they're actually helpful. So they're a lot better than the bombs. Then we also see another gimmick there, which we'll see when we get to that playthrough, which is where you can use Tails as a bungee cord. So you can sling them across the stage to get more rings if you're
suddenly Sonic crackers.
Yeah. And I guess I should probably just bring this up now in the first part to get out of the way. If these emeralds kind of disappear and reappear in this title, in that little screen, as well as my shield being kind of screwed up, yeah, that's because of the compression rate of the video. I haven't really found a good compression rate where I can get rid of that, because the RAWs are perfectly fine. But then put it through an editing program and everything disappears.
I like how you just went back, you're like, is that sign showing my face? Okay, good.
I was trying to implement the little trick where you can jump at the very end to walk back into the scene, but I never got to pull that off properly.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to it's a lot easier to do in Sonic 1. Granted, if you try it in Sonic 2 and you have all the Chaos Emeralds, yeah,
you moonwalk, but sometimes you can break the game.
Yeah, sometimes you can break the game with Super Sonic and get stuck there. That's the best. Yeah.
That's why I try not to do it, but I was trying to show off now I don't have all the emeralds, just because.
I think using debug mode when that happens actually fixes it. I haven't tried it yet.
One really good thing to note, if you're going for all the Chaos Emeralds in Emerald Hill, come up here first as the first checkpoint, because Yeah, this checkpoint up here, if you hit the one that's on the lower level, which is basically in the same spot, then that checkpoint up there will be activated, so you won't be able to get all the Chaos Emeralds here in Emerald Hill. I learned that the hard way in one playthrough.
Oh my god, I hate this song.
Yeah, you're not the only one. Me trying to spend about an hour or so getting these special stages proper.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, Lester, I have to ask, how many attempts did it take you?
That depends on which special stage you asking this about.
Okay, what's the most you had to retry?
All of them.
Yeah, quite a bit is the best way to put it, because I can't tell you an exact number off the top of my head now. It was a lot of tries.
I like this bit, jumping back and forth.
I liked it too. Yeah, you can zigzag through, but it's a little more dangerous. So I just tried to jump whenever I could.
Yeah, I never zigzag through. It's just not worth it. I just jump.
I think maybe once
Plus,
in
the
a while.
jumping looks a lot more stylish.
Yeah,
as
once in
well.
a while I might zigzag if I think it's faster to get some of the rings if I need them. But yeah, it's kind of risky.
Unfortunately, this playthrough is going to be missing an addition to the Sonic series at this point. Sonic's faithful companion, Tails.
Who cares about Tails?
Don't worry, we'll show him.
Awesome.
You'll get to see him in the intro, in a level that got scrapped. But other than that,
Yeah. But really, yeah, there's... Tails plays exactly like Sonic in this one. He's basically a Sonic clone in this sense. He doesn't have any special moves. He just has the two tails to make him look different. It wasn't until Sonic 3 where he actually had the different moveset where he can actually fly. So he was a little different.
And
Granted,
guess who's in charge of that? Me!
Yeah.
granted, Lester, when Tails respawns, because of course he can't die,
Yeah, he does
Had
fly
to
in
do
after
that.
spawning.
he does fly in when he spawns, but yet he can't fly at all. Which feels incredibly weird that they would do that. It's like, the idea was there, they just didn't want to implement it yet.
I know, I mean, they were able to do it, as you clearly see, by him flying in the screen, but since you can't fly as someone playing as Tails or anything, that's kind of weird.
And
Why'd
it
they
makes
take
it
that
even
out?
funnier when you see ROM hacks of, when you see ROM hacks of Tails in Sonic 1, and he can fly, and you're just going, but he couldn't do that in Sonic 2, and then you see him spin dashing, but Sonic couldn't do that in Sonic 1. What is...
Yeah,
What
right?
is this?
Knuckles in Sonic 2 and Knuckles being able to glide. I mean, it does help because Knuckles just does not jump as high as everyone else, but yeah, it's a bit of a nitpick. That and when you're playing Knuckles in Sonic 2, when you get up to Sky Chase Zone, Tails is still piloting the tornado, despite the fact that in every other game, if Tails isn't in the cockpit, Sonic will be flying his own plane.
Yeah, and not just that, but technically at this point, Knuckles, I don't really know if Knuckles and Sonic 2 even had a place in the Sonic timeline, but at that point, obviously it happened after Sonic 2. So what
Knuckles
would
in
Tails
Sonic
be
2 is
doing
just there
back?
for fun, I guess.
Yeah, it's just there
not
for
part of the
fun.
timeline, it's just there for the sake of lock-on and fun.
Yeah, it's not really canon at all in the series. It's just there
Well-
to be there.
Lock on and fun!
This part's tricky because you have to actually fly up there to get the rings. If you don't really try to get those rings, you're probably not gonna make the ring quota. That tricked me
Speaking
out the
of
first
lock-on-
few times.
Speaking of lock-on, is anyone going to do an LP of Get Blue Spheres?
Why?
I volunteer! I volunteer!
No, it's not that I hate the blue sphere mode, it's just basically it's the Sonic 3 and Knuckles special stages, but
We'll leave that for the next video.
it actually has an end, but there's so many blue sphere stages, it's almost completely pointless. It feels like infinite.
And if you're playing it with Sonic 1 locked on in there, you get even more.
Yeah, which is...
The counter goes up to the millions. And as Johnny Ortiz said, if you played them all, you have no life.
Yeah, exactly. Because... Really, why do we do
Sonic doesn't have Chaos Emeralds, what is this?
Wait for it, wait for
editing
it.
Oh,
There we
there
go.
it is.
Just- Yay.
Nice. I swear,
So
you
it's
screwed my commentary.
coming over there.
What?
I swear, if you screw up my commentary from that, I'm coming over there. Because you know how our recorder cuts out people when we talk over each other. That includes singing.
Yes,
That's
sorry.
And now time to go backwards. Spin dash.
Just-
Away!
Jarrett, you've been incredibly quiet during this recording.
I don't know a whole lot about Sonic. I'm sorry. I didn't
That's
play
alright.
much of that when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I really didn't get into Sonic, well, the classic Sonic games, until I was 13 when I got the Mega Collection on the GameCube.
I didn't get into Sonic until I got Sonic Advance when I was about 13 as well, and I didn't play Sonic 1 until I was at least 15, so...
Am I the only one that has actually grew up with Sonic when I was a little itty-bitty tyke?
I mean, my brother,
Yeah.
my brother
Okay.
Scott, I know he had a Sega Genesis 1.8. He had either Sonic 1 or 2 on it, so I played a little bit of this. But I was so young back then, I barely remember the game, so... Yeah, it's been that long.
Then again, using me as an example for when I started looking at games is pretty bad, considering I didn't start playing the Metroid games until last year.
Well, actually, I'm kind of the same with you on that. I didn't start playing a lot of the Metroid games until about maybe 2, maybe even 3 years ago.
I mean, I'd seen my friend play some of Metroid Prime on his GameCube, but other than that, I hadn't played any Metroid game until it was either last year or the year before.
I mean, I'm
But
kind of
once I started, I just went, "Oh my goodness, Zero Mission! This is amazing."
Yeah, I'm kind of the same, because I heard of Metroid Prime from Nintendo Power, because I was getting that for a while, but I never picked it up. I don't know why I never really did. I should have. Until I got the Trilogy version on the Wii, I never really tried to play it. Well, I did play the GameCube version at once, almost beat it, but once I got to the Chozo stuff, yeah, the Chozo lures, stop playing. Because I couldn't do it at one point. Now I know where they all are, so...
Ow! You
Yeah.
just got bombed.
Get used to that in Special Stage 7, that's gonna happen to me twice in a bad place.
Bomberman's in this game? What?
It's
No,
funny,
this is
we
fine.
just got done recording that.
Yeah, right? I don't know which one's going up first.
Okay, so first, he's making a cameo in the Final Fantasy VII teaser trailer, and now he's in the Sonic 2 special stages. What?
That's
Oh, yeah.
and
we
that's
are
mine
nuts.
for that day.
And not a sense was made that day.
When suddenly Vegeta.
Oh my god, no!
Sorry. Darn it. Darn it.
Let's just go and get the final Chaos Emerald, shall we?
Oh my god.
I really need to draw fan art of that and subscribe it to the Brain Scratch fan page on DeviantArt.
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny. Lewis will be happy.
Maybe I can make it Sonic edits in Vegeta using debug mode. Suddenly, boink, Vegeta.
Go through
You
the
heard
stuff.
it here first. I think I know what I'm spending my afternoon doing.
Yeah, it's like, you go through the debug. Okay, Ring, Bagnick, Vegeta. Wait a minute.
When suddenly Vegeta. Oh my god. I gotta get 6 more rings. Oh, there we go.
Must stop and go back.
Must get last checkpoint because I don't
Wee.
want to get any more.
And I stop before going on that loop, just to be safe. Because I will overshoot the checkpoint from time to time. If you unscroll the checkpoint from the screen, and you did get enough rings to go to the special stage, yeah, you're not going to be able to get in it, because then those stars disappear, and you won't be able to jump in. So have fun trying to get the next couple Chaos Emeralds if you do that. And
This special stage is nuts.
this special stage is terrible. This is probably the one that's
First,
the most
you're playing as Sonic and Tails as one player. My goodness, save states are your friend.
They're my friend in this recording, because I use save states as my retry button. Okay, just to be fair, I never use save states unless I got to the special stages here, and the only time I used the save state was in the very beginning, so I never ever abused it. I just used the save state as a retry. That's why it took me a lot less time than it should have, but if I tried to do this the legit way right now, I would be here for a while, and we would probably be trying to get all the Chaos Emeralds in the last zone of the game if we actually did that.
Exactly. Think of it this way: if he's using save states, he made it at the start of the special stage. So if he uses the save state, he's back at the start. So it's actually more of an inconvenience than it is.
And you guys can't even tell I
Right,
made
yeah.
save states because of many reasons, especially
Well,
because
you just we know you made save state.
and this part is
Ah,
we should have Tails playing as the second player.
Okay.
Okay, here's what I think they did in developing. They looked at the special stage, they ran out of
Aw.
ideas, they took rings, threw them up in the air, and said, you know what, that's what we're gonna do. And this is how I barely missed my chance of getting the Chaos Emerald, but I do redeem myself. Why? I just keep on going left and right like a madman, and I keep on jumping here because I'm so paranoid. I'm like, oh god, don't lose rings, don't lose rings. But once you make it to this section of rings, you are safe. And so now I got my Chaos Emerald.
You actually slide from left to right. Normally, I just hold the right button and go through it.
Seizure moment. Oh.
So now that's actually my first time ever getting all the Chaos Emeralds too. So
There you go.
So Sonic now has all the Chaos Emeralds. Now we can turn to Super Sonic, but he already
And now you get an
he absorbed the
achievement.
Chaos Emeralds.
When
Yeah,
suddenly, Vegeta.
And I don't go back to get Super Sonic. I don't want to waste more time.
Lester, it's funny. Have you seen the images for the achievements for Sonic 2 on Xbox Live?
I have not.
The funny thing is, the image for the getting all the Chaos Emeralds, or for turning Super Sonic in a level, uses a fan-made sprite.
Wow.
Fan-made Sonic Battle style sprite of Super Sonic.
Yeah.
Yes, people, I'm the one who contributed that to Sonic Wiki. Hi.
Oh well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode though, so I hope you guys enjoyed an episode of Emerald Hunting in Emerald Hill. Irony, I know. So, next time we're gonna go ahead and start off with Chemical Hill. Really? Chemical Plant! We'll see you guys next time.
in Emerald Plant.
We'll see you guys on Chemical Plant.